Hello everybody and welcome to part 11 of my Nano Journal. Ash from the Book Network here. It is Friday the 25th of November, day 25. After today, 5 more days to go, and then the challenge is finished. So far I have written 37,364 words. I haven't done the maths today as to where I should be, but I do know I am closing the gap, and by the end of this weekend I intend to have fully caught up. I actually want to be over the allotted amount by the end of the weekend, because next week is going to be crazy. Lots of stuff going on in different places, in jobs, in life. It's the thing that I spoke to you guys about at the beginning of these videos, how my personal challenge wasn't so much coming up with the idea for the book or anything to do with actually creating the book per se. It was more about having the time and being able to squeeze in these somewhat intense bouts of writing in between everything else that's going on. Went to a wedding and missed out on almost the whole weekend, and I've been kind of battling to keep up ever since, and I just about have. So these next few days are going to be a real kind of test. I'm going to have to really push myself, but I feel like I've got the drive because I'm very, very excited about wrapping this book up, and I hope the same goes for all of you guys as well. The way I've got it figured is that if you haven't stopped already, then you're not going to stop. So well done to all of you for making it this far. There have been quite a few nights, especially in the past 2 weeks, where I've really had to kind of hit the proverbial pain barrier to keep going, just to keep on top of the daily word count, and I've talked about it before. So that's where I'm at. Like I said before, we're kind of in the end game now. After this video, there's going to be 2 more videos left, and the last one I'm going to publish on the final day on November the 30th, and I'm going to wait until I have basically finished my writing for the day, however much that will be, before I make the video. So the final video is going to be basically the end. I've loved making these, by the way. I hope it helps. I've kind of cheated on my book a little bit. The funny thing about writing a draft from start to finish, beginning to end, A to B, is that I don't know about you guys, but always when I've written a first draft of anything, the first half, or at least the first few chapters, are a lot more full-bodied and a lot more presentable, if nobody else to yourself, than when you get to the latter stages, because I don't know, there's a part of it that just becomes more of a race for it to get finished. You know that there are certain elements that might have derailed in your narrative, so you might be thinking to yourself, okay, right, so I got this far and then I got a little bit muddled and now it's going in this direction. Well, should I continue just for the sake of continuing? And I think yes, you should. I think you should, because especially over the past 2 nights when I have been flying by the seat of my pants in this story and almost ad-libbing what's going to happen next, because the second part was nowhere near as well mapped out as the first part. In this kind of zone of just thinking fast, I have actually come up with some ideas which have almost changed the landscape of the entire story for the better. So I'm kind of at the point now where, even though I'm still writing something that reads more like a book than anything else, I'm kind of just doing sort of footnotes. My chapters are more kind of retrospectives, almost like I'm writing a blurb, which sends the entire rhythm and tempo off the rails completely. But that's the beautiful functionality of a first draft. it's between you and you alone, so you have the right and the freedom to mess it up like that because it's for the greater good. I am going to go into today's bout of writing just doing an entire chapter of lore, as in L-O-R-E, lore. A bit of history that that's been in my head, but I haven't found a place to put it in other stories, whether it's somebody that a character's saying or something that a character's read or discovered. I'm just going to put it in a big italic bit of text, the purpose of which is for me to get everything left that's in my head out of my head and onto the page. It's kind of like a sort of everything must go sort of moment. And then in the next chapter, you're going to find out that the main character read this on some obscure document that he found in an office. So it has a purpose. It kind of ties back into the story. But really, it's to set the record straight on the things that I missed. I hope that makes sense. It's a bit of a hack, but there's something about that narrative I find quite appealing and quite strong. So even when I touch it up finally in the next year, in the months and months to come, when I try and make this into something that is submission worthy, I might leave that element in because I don't know, I like it and I like that I thought of it. So yeah, just keep going. It's so important that you keep going. You just have to write. You just have to sit down and do it, even if you think what you're going to do is garbage, because something will click in your brain and something good will come out of it. I promise you. And if nothing else, it's just an exercise in perseverance. So you really can't lose. I'm loving doing this challenge, and I hope you guys can relate. I'd love to hear some of your thoughts and some of your processes in the comments. So I'm going to crack on and I'm going to leave you with this. So this was an email that Nano sent me on November 22nd, which is, when was the 22nd? Oh yeah, that was Tuesday. So I got this email from Nano on Tuesday. Anyone who signed up for the Nano website would have got this email. Nice few words here. I find them quite applicable. It sounds like something that you might want to be aware of at the start of the challenge, but I think these are actually kind of more useful now, because you might be at that point when you're just a little bit more tense and a little bit more anxious about wrapping this up, and you know, you might just have the jitters about it. You might be a little bit more sleepless. So just some lovely little tips here from the Nano website. It says, if you're reading this, you've probably spent many hours hunched over your computer or journal, furiously writing away. So here are a few reminders that might be helpful. Number one, take a deep breath, straighten your back, and let your shoulder blades relax down away from your ears. I do not do that enough. Have you drunk enough water today? Eaten a real meal? Yeah, I have. Gently roll your neck and or your wrists. Look out the window for a minute at something that's not your project or computer. If you've been sitting for a long time, you may have to take more extreme measures, such as a random dance break or solo karaoke party. Sorry, but no. I'll do number 3 though. Feeling a little better? Good. While it's easy to get focused on the goal that you set for the month, you have to listen to your body too. Taking breaks helps keep you healthy and energized, and don't worry, the world that you've grown will still be there waiting for you when you get back. We're so proud of you for making it this far, writer, and we know that you can make it to the end. Well, thank you very much, and the same to all of you guys watching the video. Again, I can't put it any better than how these guys have put it. Okay, so I am going to crack on. I am going to love you and leave you, and I hope you are here for my second to last video coming this Sunday. Until then, good luck to you all. Have a good day.
If you liked this video, don't forget to hit subscribe. You can also visit thebooknetwork.co.uk and sign up to connect with the best new books and authors, receive exclusive material for your book clubs, promote your published novel, and get access to a free database of over 800 publishers so you can find the right publisher for your writing.